Welcome back to the lunch table, food for thought. I'm Nico Blitz. Make sure you hit that subscribe button just right down there. We're also on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio app, Track Life Radio, and if you want to look at my face for about an hour, we're also on YouTube where you're probably watching this. My next guest, I honestly don't even know how he found me. I think I was just on Instagram Live on Real 92.3, and I don't know, just a couple minutes later, he just messages me and follows me, and I'm like, oh, okay, let me check this guy out. He actually has this record out right now. It's called His Girl, really popping right now, and I don't know. I don't even know how to describe you, man. You're just like really popping on social media, and you have like a whole bunch of stuff that I just learned about literally
in like
5 minutes before the camera like started rolling. He goes by the name of Bryce Xavier. What's popping, man?
Yes, how are you doing? Yeah, I was watching the live and I was like, yo, this dude's dope. And then I just DM'd you after. I was like, yeah, let's do something together.
Yeah, man. It's crazy because they actually just started giving me the reins to do all that, and I'm just like, oh, like opportunities like this have started
dope.
like popping up, man. And I just want to say this: the harder you work and the smarter you work, opportunities will just keep on coming, man. So Bryce, man, thank you for reaching out and whatnot. Happy to have you. So I personally don't know too much about you. Why don't you give everybody like the spiel of like who you are and where you're from?
Okay, so I am Bryce Xavier, born and raised in Orange County, California. Yes, I just
What city?
Near like Fullerton area.
Okay, I had an ex-girlfriend in Fullerton. Shout out to her.
Hey. But yeah, so coming back and forth to LA every single day for auditions, for set, for filming and different things like that. Has been my life for the past 2 years when I started doing social media. And then music kind of was always there because my mother is a songwriter. She's signed with labels and stuff like that, doing her own thing. So I kind of started in a different way, but we still like met in the middle with music. But I started posting videos on YouTube, on Instagram, different covers, different random like comedy things like that. Then I built a following. And then this past March, I dropped my first single, His Girl, which is doing really well. And I have another single coming out in 2 weeks.
Oh, I remember, man. That's a lot on your plate, bro.
Yeah.
But I remember peeping on your Instagram just earlier this week, and you were just teasing a whole bunch of unreleased music.
Literally.
I'm like, yo, you need to send me this music before we get into it. But unfortunately, I didn't get anything, bro.
Yo, I mean,
it's all good.
I'm like, what?
Like, what music are you talking about?
Do I sing? No, but yeah, that's teasing music to my followers is like the best thing because I'll look at the DMs after I post something and they're like, we want it now. Let us see it now, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like,
it's like you ever go fishing?
Literally, yes.
Just throw the bait out there and people are going to bite. Yeah, people are going to.
Literally.
Like, I didn't want the fish right now.
But that's the thing. You get them excited, and my followers are the type of people that if you just give them a little taste of it, they're ready for the whole meal. They'll wait however long, and that's one thing that I really am glad and thankful for is I have like a really supportive fan base. And I think it's because of starting on social media before I actually put out music. It kind of made them more intimate with me in a sense. Like doing videos, it's kind of like you're having a conversation with all of these people. So it's more of like a friendship and like a family versus then like, oh, you're my fan, you listen to my music, I don't know who you are, where you're from, blah, 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 blah. We have these conversations on live streams and things like that. That's why I'm thankful that I started social media first because I feel like kind of got like a grasp of how to actually connect with the people that are following me in a sense. And then now it's just music from here.
Well, see, I think you're using social media in the best way possible. And I think I would want to describe you as an influencer in the best way. Because, I have a couple homies who they do the Instagram modeling thing, and it works for them. They run up the charts with the followers and whatnot. But then I think one person who I really want to reference is a Bundle of Brittany on Instagram, right? I don't know if you've ever seen her.
Sounds familiar.
So she's essentially like an Instagram model, right? However, she's also the type of person to actually like talk to her fans, and like in her video, she explains a lot about herself and how like, doing the Instagram modeling thing is actually very empowering for her. And I'm looking at her like, oh, so you're not just posting pictures about yourself, and you're actually letting people know who you are, and there's a reason for it. Kind of translating that into you, when I was going through your Instagram, I'm like, wow, he's making not only entertaining videos, but it just feels like you're talking to whoever's watching from the other side of the screen. And how old are you again?
I'm 17.
Okay. And I feel like people within your age range know exactly how to use social media to the best of their ability.
I think we think of it as the sense of like how I'd want someone to talk to me. Like I may have a big following on social media, but even people with smaller followings than me, the same amount, bigger, stuff like that, I love watching their videos, love getting it inspires me honestly because I feel like different people got big from doing different type of things, and I feel like it's all circles back to having that connection with your fans no matter what you're doing. You could do beauty videos, you could do fitness videos, singing videos, things like that, but as long as you're connecting strong with that fan base and it's more of having a conversation with them instead of, I use the term as just, here's the content, like my picture, that's it, see ya.
Yeah.
I'll post another one tomorrow, something like that. It's actually engaging in the comments, DMing them, wanting to know more about your followers, because even with music and even with putting out more content, you're not going to know what people want to see if you don't talk to them.
Of course.
And I feel like people are a lot of the times use social media kind of selfishly, and if you're at a point where you have a fan base and followers that are paying attention to you, you have to take them into consideration too, because like they're the ones making you those checks.
Because in terms of like the Instagram algorithm, right, the more you comment back and whatnot, like, you know, your page gets exposed even that much more. But if you want to talk about it on an extremely personal level, I've noticed that people who I reach back to and I comment back to, like, they are more receptive to like keep on commenting and keep on liking and also like sharing that content. I'm like, oh, so not only does the algorithm like work in my favor, but these people are actually feeling some sort of connection to me because I'm actually taking
fans. Yeah, because it's like a lot of people are going to be on your page no matter what. Like you cannot respond back to them. They're like, I love you, I love your content, I'm gonna be there. But then there's some people that are like, if you're not gonna reply back to me, I'm not gonna follow you back.
Yeah, it's kind of like fuck you, dude.
Literally,
like, whatever.
But when you connect with them and stuff like that, it's kind of like, oh, you know I exist. Yeah. So like, yeah, I'm gonna like still support you and stuff like that. It's just like people. It's the same like thing that everyone's taught like as a kid: treat people the way you want to be treated, type of thing. And it's you support me, I support you, and no matter who I see on social media, I don't care about a follower count. If I like the type of stuff that you're doing, if you seem like a good person, I'm gonna support you.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I'll kind of take that as like you know what I mean? Like,
hey, you're doing your thing. You're doing your thing.
No,
man.
but like I think people tend to forget that social media. They forget that the first half of that phrase is social.
Exactly.
To socialize, and when you're not socializing, it's kind of like, what are you doing? For instance, and I hate that I'm actually bringing this up, but you've made me want to talk about this, is that like I kind of sometimes I go on like little unfollowing sprees because if I don't have two-way communication on the app, it's like there's kind of no point to it. However, if we're still good in real life.
Exactly.
So I remember I went on an unfollowing spree just a while ago, and literally within the next hour, someone was like, hey, it's not cool that you unfollowed me. And I explained everything to them, like, you know, like, I really use this for two-way communication. Well, if you think that you communicate with other people more than I do, it's like, dude, calm down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because there's so many situations where, like, I'm the type of person, like, yeah, we could be cool and stuff like that, but, like, I follow people that I genuinely like to see their content on my timeline. And if I feel like we're not both supporting each other and things like that, like, what's the point? Because that's the point of using it. For that aspect, that doesn't determine in real life friendships. You can make in real life friendships from that, but if there's no support there, then there's no real point.
Exactly.
It's just the fact that like you follow me, like that's it.
Yeah, it's kind of weird how we think how like a follow
determines
on social media determines
like
a real life friendship. It's like, dude, little do you know, I unfollow some of my best friends because they don't even use the fucking app.
Literally.
But we can still hang out.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, you haven't had a beer, I'm assuming, but you know, we can still have a beer and just be like, you know, chill about it. So I want to ask you, considering how you're extremely social with the people who follow you, like, does it get tiring that you always have to reply and reply and reply?
The only time that it gets to that point is when DM group chats. So you know how like Instagram shows you a little green dot if you're active on Instagram. If I go right into my Instagram app and my followers will immediately see that like green dot, they'll just start spamming my DMs. vibrates like every second. So then the app freezes. If I reply back to a few people, they'll go in another chat and be like, Bryce just replied in this chat, and then they'll start spamming. And I'm like,
God.
I can't reply back to everyone. And then some of them will get mad.
Yeah.
They'll be like, you're ignoring me. I'm mad at you. Then
This
they'll go in my
asshole.
comments and
Yeah.
literally say that. And then I'm like, I'm just trying to like check how many likes my picture got.
Yeah.
And then it's this whole thing going on. But like, it doesn't get tiring to the point of communicating with them. It's just when like they take me not being able to reach every single person as me being like just like rude or like a bad person, something like that, when I'm like, I'm trying my best.
Yeah.
But it's just the vibrating. It's if
annoying.
I leave my
The
Instagram
phone is
app, and if I leave my Instagram app open, my phone will die, or like it'll just like it just happened at set. We were just filming, and like I left my Instagram open. I was literally on film, and it was just
Wow.
They were like, hey.
See, I never thought that could be an actual problem.
It like I find myself have to swipe up, get out of the Instagram
It's like
app.
you wake up with 100%, then by the time the hour is done, you're dead. That's
Yes,
crazy.
my phone's always dead. Like that's one thing that if anyone knows anything about me, even my followers, my videos, my phone's always dead. And that's a big reason why.
Well, shit, man. Well, shout out to his followers, man. Now you know the reasons. Like, you know what I mean? Because it gets... First of all, you have to reply to every single person.
Exactly.
You literally have to like think of things to say, and then you just being a busy person in its own, like you don't have time to always constantly be on the phone. You're on sets.
Yeah.
You're working on music now, like.
And then when stuff just like each minute another one comes, like scrolling all the way back down and doing stuff like that, a lot of them get lost, and that's why like I'm glad like Instagram has like the new feature where you can like flag certain things for like business people and things like that, because if not, it's just all gone.
See, and then you come to somebody who has like a, let's just say like a small portion of followers. They're looking at these things like, why would I ever need to use this?
Exactly.
Why would I need like a business profile? Why would I need to create separate chats for just an exclusive amount of like close friends? And now I'm getting the idea that, for someone like yourself who still has like really close real life friends or people that you really want to talk to, like it gets to a point where you have to separate that personal, the personal things going on in your life with what's going on in social media.
And then like it's still hard too, because like you can like adjust it, but it's only for the people that you follow. And I follow fans back. I follow some people that are like business related. I follow celebrities and things like that. So like even then it's still hard, even in that separate thing, to see my friends' DMs and stuff like that.
That's crazy.
So they'll just be like, yo, like, check your DM. They'll text me. They'll be like, yo, check your DM. I just replied back something funny. Go check it. And I'm like, all right, I got you. And, like, I find myself doing that to, like, my friends, too. Like, one of my friends, Lauren Gray, she has 16 million followers on Instagram.
Jesus Christ.
And I, like, said something to, like, one of her stories. And I was like, it's, like, really funny. But I was like, I don't know if she's going to catch this one. I sent this to her. She was all like, I did not see that. And then replied back to it. Then we were laughing about it. And it's just crazy how in, like, 10 seconds, just gone. A bunch of them just come through, and then like your messages.
Yeah, that message just gets buried in this pile. Like all I know is it says 99 plus.
Yeah. And then like it's top requests that it goes off of followers now sometimes, but then that gets mixed up. So
that's insane.
Yeah,
man.
my DMs are messy.
Dude, low key, I kind of just want to like see what it's like on that side.
Do you want me to get my phone?
Sure.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. I'm extremely interested in this.
Let's go in. Hello.
So right now, Bryce is opening up his Instagram page. And me being the curious cat I am,
Signal.
we're literally going to see. Here, let me just plug you into the Wi-Fi really quick.
You got me.
That's fine. Because this is all content, man.
We need content. We love content.
There you go. So once again, he's about to open up his Instagram. I'm actually kind of scared to see how everything is going to be received.
Oh, it just went away. Which one was it? Oh, wait.
Oh, there we go. Cool.
Yeah, we back. Okay, why is it? Okay, there it is. We got it. All right. We're just going to, okay. I'm just going to kind of like set it there.
This Wi-Fi is trash. Shout out to my roommate.
Roommate, wherever you are.
So while he's Oh Jesus! So while he's getting his Instagram set up right now, his followers can currently see that he is green lit.
The little green light pops on. I don't know how to turn it off. If anyone knows how to turn it off, let me know, please.
It's probably somewhere in the settings, man.
Yeah.
So, you mentioned that you have like a friend who has like 16 million followers,
Yes.
right? And this is your friend in real life,
Yes.
correct? So then, how many of your friends do you have that are in kind of like that exclusive group, you could say, of who just have like a shit ton of followers?
Like that, I'm like close with in real life. I'm trying to think. Okay, so one of my really good friends, Mackenzie, she has 11 mil. Her sister Maddie, who's another one of my friends, has 12 mil. Then Lauren, vibrating's already starting. They're already saying hi. 16 mil. My best friend Ariel has 9 mil.
Oh, I thought
He said.
I was like, my phone's vibrating now.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, those are like the few that like I like. Those are like the closest ones.
So let me ask you this:
and one of my other friends, Johnny, has 6 mil.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So I mean, actually, where are you at? Like 700?
I'm at 555.
So, damn, that's even crazy. Thinking that like your closest friends have like over 1 million.
Yeah.
But like, did you guys like plan this out, or like how did you all become so Instagram poppin'?
Okay, so this is funny. So me and Lauren, I got big around the time when we first became friends, and she was already at like 2 or 3 mil on Instagram because of doing like Musically and stuff like that. We got this brand deal for Target in like March 2017, so like about over 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I was at, I think, like 12K on Instagram. Everyone a part of it. My ex-girlfriend Nia, she had 4 million on Instagram. My friend Carson had 3 mil on Instagram. Ariel, who's now my best friend, I didn't know her then.
Yeah.
She already had 5 mil on Instagram. Then Lauren had 4 mil. Then it's me with like 12K. I was like, yo, what's up, everyone?
I'm still here, guys. I'm alive.
To this second, Jane Buckingham, I'm going to throw your name out. She literally picked me for this brand deal with everyone else. I don't know why. Like, it was so random because they were looking for people with big followings on social media to promote Target and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, so there's probably going to be people that are just starting up like me or whatever. Then I like got there and I like knew everyone a part of it. I'm like, I'm just starting. What's up?
Yeah, like, so what are we doing here?
And based off of that brand deal, that helped my like following on Musically and on YouTube, and I branched that out by being consistent there, posting every single day. I'd say maybe 5 videos a day on Musically I was doing, and then on YouTube I was trying to post at least 2 or 3 times a week. Built that up, and then I kind of moved. Hello. I kind of moved everything over to Instagram. I was always plugging my Instagram. I was going live on Musically saying, what's up, guys? And then when I got to around 80, 90K on Instagram, that's when I specifically started focusing just there, posting almost every single day, going live, making sure that I was collabing with different people, because like that's the biggest thing to grow on social media.
Course.
100% is, and people often think that it's like you need to find someone with millions of followers. If you're like just starting, then you'll get their followers. No, like the best thing to do is find someone with the same amount as you. Guys grow together.
Of course.
That's the thing. That's the best. And that's what I did with a bunch of my friends. We all grew together, and then...
Well, you know, it's crazy that you mentioned that, too, because I've noticed in terms of, like, YouTube, when I post these interviews, right, the ones who will get more... The interviews that get more clicks are the ones with less followers. And I'm just like... You know, it kind of makes sense because there's no content out about them.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I mean, I'm hoping this interview gets, like, you know, popped off or whatever. But, you know, I've had people who have, like, 100K, 200K, and it kind of just goes nowhere. And I'm like, wow, it's really interesting how, like, I can't really, like, get a grasp around it other than the fact that, like, there's no content about particular people. Therefore, their small crowd is going to gravitate towards it a lot more.
100,000%. Like, there's a bunch of, like, my videos that'll, like, do bigger than a lot of like my friends with like a bunch of followers, because it's just that connection that you have with people. Like someone's 100K could be different than someone else's 100K, because someone could have 100K but get 2,000 likes. Someone could have 100K and get 50,000 likes. Just depends on how active you are with your followers, and they're going to be the same with you. They're going to want to know every single video you have to make edits to do this. Like there won't be a video or anything, or I could post a picture like 2 seconds later tagged. It's like video edits that my followers would do, because it's just that engaging fact that they know, like, I'm going to comment on it. We're going to have a little conversation about, like, a caterpillar or something random that it comes about. It's just, you have to make sure that that connection's there. If not, there's just going to be this, like, empty space.
I mean, you literally have a disconnection.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, it's easy to build the following, but it's harder to make them stay and engage with you every single day.
Sorry, I heard your phone like vibrate.
They're just
there we go.
Yeah, I think the signal's just getting through now. It's just,
If y'all definitely hear that
my friend
vibration, this is
posted
literally
teddy bears.
this is literally his phone vibrating.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you this because both of us being content creators, right?
Mhm.
There's so little room to just stretch your legs and do anything else.
Yeah.
So like for instance, like when I'm not content creating, I will squeeze in just like 30 minutes of just playing some sort of video game so I can kind of like decompress. Like, what does Bryce Xavier do when he's not on social media, when he's not acting, when he's not making music?
Like, making music is my not making music, if that makes sense. Like, I just moved. I have a home studio now, so that is my getaway from everything.
Damn, crazy.
So if I have any free time, it's literally just thinking either if a cover inspires me of a song of one of my friends do, I'll just do like a little twist on it. One of my friends, Edwin Honorette and Brandon Arriaga, they're in the boy band Pretty Much. They just dropped their EP.
Those are your friends?
Yeah.
Yo, let me tell you this. I saw Khalid with my girlfriend last year.
Yeah.
And Pretty Much opened for them. Had no clue who they were. But it's very rare that I get super impressed by the openers. And when I seen them, I was like, yo, these boys are really good. They're so good.
So when like I heard one of the songs that's on the EP like a few months back, and I was like, yo, like when this is out, I need to do a cover to this. It just came out. I literally was like, I'm locking myself in the studio. I'm just gonna do a cover to this. Start writing different ideas to go with different things to pitch for other people because like I am an artist, but I love writing for other artists too.
Who have you written for?
I'll tell you after. I'll tell you some stuff after.
Shout out to the NDAs.
Yeah. But no, yeah, like I just found out that a song that I just wrote for an artist is gonna be in a movie. Thank you.
Good shit, man.
So like that is my escape and getaway, and just like all of my friends that like my tight knit of like friends that I like mentioned, like Lauren, Ariel, literally everyone does music. So go over to their house, we'll write together. They'll come over, we'll do different things like that. Mackenzie's actually opening up for Pretty Much on tour, so
that's crazy.
I just love
man.
keeping that type of vibe around me.
Okay,
which is
so
great.
let me ask you this: what were you and your friends doing before the Instagram world really became a thing for you guys?
I was playing basketball in private school. that was literally it. My mom was always doing her music, having studio sessions. That was just the normal. So I was like, okay, all right.
Okay, so you being from around Fullerton, right?
Yeah.
Are you a Lakers guy, Clippers guy?
Okay, so this is how my family split. It's Lakers, then it's Clippers, then I was always a Heat fan. And then I moved over to being. That's why she's over there making that face, because she's Clippers all day. But
hey, but you must be really happy for Dwayne Wade.
Yes,
just killing it this season.
Don't look at me like that. Don't thumbs down to you. Bye. But
because you know what's gonna end up happening, right? Your fans are just gonna end up buying you a whole bunch of Heat jerseys at this point.
Yo. Send them over. But yeah, I was just in my own world, not thinking about anything entertainment related. And then I actually got into acting first.
Okay.
Was the thing. When I was like really young, my mom had me in acting. Then like one day on set, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. So I went back to just doing like normal school, normal things. Well, it's not even normal to me. I just feel like it's different things. I feel like everything's
normal based off perspective.
Exactly. Like my normal is doing music and doing all this stuff. And
your normal is your phone
like,
dying within the next hour.
Yeah, I need to. Thank you for reminding me of that. Yeah, it's like your phone dies. Why? Because like my DMs go up every 5 seconds.
Hilarious. So can I ask, are you in school right now?
I've been homeschooled for the past 4 years.
Wow.
Yes. So I left school my freshman year was like like maybe like a month and a half I spent in high
That's
school.
it?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then I got booked for a movie that I had to do. So I thought I was going to come back
What was the movie?
beginning of next year. It was Second Chance Christmas.
Okay.
So I thought that I was coming back the beginning of next year for... I'm trying to think of what year that was. Yeah, that was like... Oh my God, that was 2015. That's... Oh God.
Yeah, that 4 years ago, man.
That is, wow. Yeah, I thought I was coming back, and I was like, everyone, I'll be back. I'm just going to go film something, and I'll be back next semester.
Yeah.
And then more stuff started coming, and that's when I found out that I had to go to New York for this show that I was doing in Queens with a girl group that my mom manages, Pink Lemonade. So we were doing these things, and then a bunch of... Yeah, that's a whole nother story.
Man, she didn't want to sit on the couch. She was like, nah, I got to do some work over in the corner. Hey.
So she's doing...
Shout out to moms, man.
Yeah, love her. So things just kept coming back to back to back to back. So then going back to school went from, okay, not next semester, I'll go back the beginning of next year in September. And then a tour came up of doing Boys of Summer and different things came up. And then I was like, okay, then I'll go back in January. Then it came to a point where I was like...
getting delayed and
I don't think I'm going back.
Yeah.
And I'm happy I didn't, because a lot of opportunities that have opened doors for me being able to do stuff that I am now and me having the following that I have, I wouldn't have had if I still was in school, because like doing like the Target thing that basically blew me up. I flew out to Minnesota for that. So it was...
And it's stuff that you can't necessarily do while you're in school.
Exactly. Because like just leaving, even during that like month of like me actually going to school, I was gone like every single week.
Jeez.
And it was getting a point where I was having to catch up on stuff like that. And I was in sign language. So learning sign language and not being in class was a very bad thing, because...
Oh my God, yes.
I was basing my homework and things off of pictures, so I was just like in my room and like in the car.
I think this is right.
I was like, see, but yeah. So I'm glad that I went homeschooled, and I feel like that was the best option. And I feel like anyone that's hardcore trying to go into this industry doing it, that's the best way to do.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you're working as much and around that type of market, the social side of it's not going to be that bad, because I never felt like I'm like lonely, I miss friends and stuff like that, because I just made different types of friends in a sense. And like one of my like best friends, Sophia, goes to the high school that I went to. We still talk, see her all the time, talk to her all the time. So having that like bridge between industry friends and between friends that are not in the industry is the best balance you could ever have, because it's two different types of vibe and two different types of world, which is good to have that balance. So I'm happy I don't go to school. I probably would bang my head against a wall. So there's that. Yeah, if I still went to school and did everything that I did, I'd bang my head against a wall.
Yeah, let me just say this. Kids, stay in school.
Stay in school.
You know what I mean? Like, that is a normal way to go. However, if you acquire the opportunities that Bryce has acquired, it would behoove you to continue getting homeschooled.
Yes.
Because it would be impossible to uphold a 8 to 3 school life.
Yeah.
And try to be in Minnesota doing commercials.
Exactly.
And all of that at the exact same time.
And it comes to a point where like you're going to have to compromise one of them. And if you're 100% want to do that career for a living, you can't. You have to give it 100%. And then if school is important, because you can't even work if you don't have your school done.
Well, I personally want to give a huge shout out to your mom, because your mom recognizes that type of stuff. I think what tends to happen in regular society is that a lot of parents tend to hold back the creativity and the potential that their kids can acquire at such a young age. Obviously, we don't want the Disney syndrome happening where we get the Lindsay Lohans of the world and whatnot. However, I think parents like your mother should continue to do a good job to foster the creativity that their children have.
Exactly. If it wasn't for my mom's support, I wouldn't be able to do any of this. That was the farthest thought from my mind. But just her supporting me and her being there for me, helping me when I was like just starting with acting, getting to auditions, helping me with songwriting, helping me with figuring out my own self as like an artist and things like that. Like I'm like really glad to have her. She's literally my mentor.
Oh man,
Go ahead.
Shout out to mom.
Thank you.
You got like a cute sentimental moment in here. You know
She doesn't
what it
get
is.
sentimental, but like she knows I mean it. She knows I mean it.
Yeah. So like what type of music were you listening to growing up?
Every single type of music. I love something different about every genre, from opera to like trap to normal pop to like dance music, EDM, like literally anything. I love like classic songs. I love listening to like 80s rock.
Yes.
Just like literally anything. And then like I love listening back to old type of songs and getting inspired with them and trying to rewrite different things in that type of genre from then, because like rock then and rock now are two very different things, because like I feel like pop's influence in literally everything now. You have like pop trap, you have pop soul, you have pop this, pop that. So I feel like just getting back to like the root of everything and kind of incorporating that into new music is my way of.
I think pop and hip hop are kind of are almost the same thing, in the sense of like they like to get influenced from so many other things, right? Like, because I noticed just within recent years, a lot of like pop stars would start using hip hop formulas, where hip hop was really just sampling everything.
Exactly.
And now you hear a lot of vocals in the background of pop songs, which eventually translates to the God, what's this DJ's name? It, you know, like the EDM world. And I think music is just coming to a point in which it's gonna get to a point where everything is just gonna sound almost the same.
Yeah. And I feel like the more stuff's mixing and like mushing together, it's coming pretty fast. Because I don't think I've heard a pop song lately without like hard 808s in it. And like I have nothing against that. I'm just saying, but it's just not what people would say would be the traditional genres.
Pop music.
Exactly.
Yeah. But even pop music is such like that's a huge term, because it's literally short for popular music.
Exactly.
So, you know, our sister station Kiss FM, they will play a Sicko Mode by Travis Scott. They will play, I mean, they won't play any YG.
Yeah.
But, you know what I mean? They will play a whole bunch of, like, hip-hop songs. And I'm like,
Drake
wow.
and things like that.
Like, this is now pop music. This is top 40 music.
Exactly. Like, I'm trying to think. I was listening to something, because I was listening to one of my friend Indiana's song that was going to be on, I think it was Radio Disney. It was something like that. And it was Rule the World by 2 Chainz, and Ariana Grande came on. And I was like, it's just so crazy how just doing a collab, doing those different things that those artists that you wouldn't expect Radio Disney or different people like that to put on, they're actually incorporating on their like networks and channels. And it's just
that's
crazy.
why when 2 Chainz came out with his recent album, and I saw Rule the World and Ariana Grande, we get the call and we're like, hey, they're gonna push this song. And I'm like, this is the slowest song on the entire album, but I understand it, because you are literally grabbing, and it goes back to your social media point of collaborating. It goes back to, let's get Ariana Grande's crowd, let's get 2 Chainz crowd. Oh, we can cross promote this on the urban stations, and we can also cross promote this on the top 40 stations.
You can put it literally everywhere, because it's Ariana Grande and it's 2 Chainz. I love that song though.
No, it's a good song. I like the song. I like the song. I actually had this conversation with somebody, I want to say it was just last night, and we were talking about how a lot of influencers are starting to create music. So, for example, Bad Baby, Cash Me Outside Girl, if you didn't already know. But she has this banging ass song called Bestie. One of my favorite songs out right now. If I'm being completely honest, that's my best friend.
Yes.
So, but I can't help but think that a lot of people think that it's a little bit of a cheat code, thinking that you have so many followers, and then out of nowhere it's like, I can just create music now and people are just gonna like listen to it just because it's who I am.
Exactly. That's okay. That's something that I always say in my videos or on social media, that's something that I don't like, is because a lot of people will do it for the simple fact to stay relevant. They will see it as, okay, my numbers are dying down, but I still have this. What can I do? They're not doing it because they actually love music or want to do it because it's their craft. They're doing it because I have followers and I know I can make money off of it, which I know is an aspect of even a lot of people that love doing music, but I just feel like that shouldn't be the reason to do something. So that's a subject.
I mean,
people
who eventually just do it for like a one-time thing, they literally just make that one song and then nothing happens. I think, God, what was his name? Roy Purdy?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so My friend tipped me about Roy Purdy at one point, and he ended up going to a Roy Purdy concert. Lo and behold, Roy Purdy, who has millions and millions of followers, you go to his concert, nobody's there for him.
Dang.
Nobody, knows his song because it's a crowd for somebody else. And I couldn't help but think, but like, it doesn't necessarily, like, if the song is not good, or if the song isn't connecting with people, you can go somewhere and people still aren't going to show up.
True.
Because people just don't feel connected to you at that point.
They like you for what you like do. Like, I like Roy's videos. Like, he's like funny. Like,
he's hilarious.
So funny. And then like, it's just like people step out of that sometimes, and then it's hard to like find your way back in a sense, because like I have like a lot of like, I'd say like acquaintances or people that like I know that like do social media. They'll put out a song, they'll do things like that, and then it doesn't do good. Then they're like, okay, now I need to figure out something else to do. But then there's other people that I know that are actually really good artists and really good singers, but they'll just stay with their social media stuff because they don't want to like try and put it out there. So it's kind of funny that the people that actually have the talent and want to do it won't do it, but then the people that are just like, I have free time, let's just do it.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like the idea of, do I step out of my box or not?
Exactly.
Because if something is working so well for you, it's like, why wouldn't you keep on doing it? But then you must get to a point, and I think my friend referred to it as like YouTube burnout. Once you keep on doing the same content over and over again, it's kind of like, it may or may not get to a point where you're bored. Do you ever feel like that with your content? I
personally have not yet, because I try to switch something up every single time. Like, I'm myself, so like it's the same Bryce every single time, but I try to do different challenges, do different things, and I find myself, there has not been a video that I put out or posted that I didn't actually enjoy watching myself. And I feel like if it comes to a point where like you can't even sit through your whole video and watch it without being like, then you need to change something.
Yeah, I 100% feel you on that. So then what type of content do you enjoy creating the most?
I love doing like just sit down videos where I'm just talking to the camera literally about a rant or like anything specific, because it feels like I'm having a conversation with people. Because I like, when I'm filming at this point, I know people are going to see this. I know people are going to comment back on this. We can have a conversation in the comments about this. So it's literally like I'm just having a conversation with someone. So it's like there's no pressure there. And then I also love doing vlogs of like random things, because when me and my friends are together, something stupid always happens.
Yeah.
So it's funny to have that on films, you know?
I think people tend to enjoy the organic things a lot more. Do you find it difficult that, like, we definitely live in like this meme-centric world, and people are just trying to get clout instantly? And like, what's the craziest shit I could do right now that's gonna make me viral for the next 24 hours? Do you find it difficult as a content creator to compete with things like that?
Consistency is key. You can put out something and it could blow you up for 24 hours, but it's the stuff that follows it that's going to keep those people there. Like, because it's the difference of, are people there because of me, or are they there because of the type of video that I did? That's what you kind of have to figure out, because say you post another video, that video got 1.6 million views, but if you post one that's slightly different and it gets 3,000 views, you have to get to the point to figure out, what did I do wrong? I'd rather have consistent growth and have a consistent fan base that I know every single time I post a video, there's going to be people that are going to watch it, and it's going to get attraction. Plus, new people are going to see my video, because that's going to get on the Explore page, the algorithm, and things like that. But I feel like it's not really a sense of competing, because they're in their own category in a sense. Because there's some people that went viral, turned that into something else, kept it going. Like one of my friends, Emma Chamberlain. She kept consistent with her videos. 2 of her videos went viral. What'd she do? Kept doing the same stuff she was doing. She didn't need to change anything, because she obviously
figured
blew
out
up because of her being herself.
Yeah.
And as long as you're yourself, as long as you're keeping the same consistent content, the same in the sense of you are the same type of person doing the same thing. I know a lot of people, they'll be really crazy in one video, then they'll be like, hello guys, in another one, because they think people want a more monotone type of video.
Let's just do ASMR for the next 5 minutes.
Eating cucumbers. Just to try something different to get with the trends. But no, she's True Blue has been herself from the beginning.
Yeah.
and now she has like 7 million subscribers
in a year. Now that we're having this conversation, I'm now seeing influencers very synonymous to the way I see a lot of hip hop artists, or just like music artists in general, right? In the sense of the people who stand out and the people who have longevity are the ones who just try not necessarily different things, but are like really true to themselves.
Exactly.
And those are, I would say, like the J. Cole's, the Kendrick Lamar's, the Jay-Z's, the Beyonce's, of course, the Rihanna's of the world. Like, the reason why they're so prominent is because they just stuck true to whatever their personal style is. And if you apply that to the influencers, once you get that one piece of content that kind of just skyrockets your career, then it's like, why wouldn't you just like keep on sticking to that? Because you found that, especially if you found it in such an organic way.
Facts, yeah. And like, it's the same type of thing. Like, if you turn on the radio, you might not know the song, but like, you'll know like, oh, that's Beyonce singing. That's Rihanna singing, things like that. And I think one of like the best things that happened to me, it was like during like this last year's summer.
Yeah.
It was right after the IGTV thing that I was telling you about. Someone commented on someone else's vid and they tagged me in it. They were all like, "Oh, this is a Bryce Xavier type of video." I was like,
a Bryce Xavier type video? They have those things now?
So basically,
wow.
It's the same type of thing. Like, you hear another artist and you're like, "Oh, that's a Beyonce record. She sounds like this. She sounds like that." You basically like, it's like genres for YouTube, but content to yourself. They're like, oh, that's a Bryce type of video. Like the things you're doing, the like hand motions type of things you're saying, like that's Bryce. And it's just staying true to yourself.
Whoa.
You make your own type of path, type of way. And some people may try to grab those little things, follow it, like how other artists do from like different people. And they'll be like, oh, that sounds like, that's like a Billy type record, things like that.
Yeah.
They were like, that's a Bryce Xavier type
video. A Drake type beat.
Exactly. I was
like that.
I was like, yo, Bryce Xavier type video. I was like, I got my own category.
Yeah, you kind of got to dust your shoulder off just a little bit, man. Dude, that's insane. Yeah. I never even thought of things being applied to it that way.
Like, I find myself all the time, like, I'll see, like, going back to, like, Emma, I'll see someone else edit a certain way. I'm like, oh, that's Emma Chamberlain type editing. That's thing like this because, like, once those people, and, like, we pave the way for, like, certain things sometimes, and other people have paved the way for type of things that I do, they connect that to their specific creator that they love because they're paying attention to every single thing that they do. Like, comedy people, like, do you know who Cody Ko is?
No.
So Cody Ko, he's a YouTuber. He does these, like, reaction videos to, like, cringy videos on YouTube that people send him. And other people started doing that type of challenge. You're Cody Ko. You're literally like Cody Ko. That's a Cody Ko type video. It's like once you kind of are so comfortable with your own self, your own mannerisms, the way you do things, the way you edit your videos and things like that, people will see that as making it your own as you make things your own as an artist.
So then let me ask you this. You having your own particular influences for how you create your content, right? How does somebody who is starting off and wants to be a content creator, wants to be an influencer, how do they avoid grabbing too much influence to the point where they look like the Bryce Xavier type videos?
I feel like before I started doing YouTube, I didn't look at that many videos for reference, if that made sense. I filmed a type of video that I knew that I wanted to do, and it was a Q&A. It was my first video that I ever did. No, it was a 50 facts about me video that I did around my house. That video. Random places. I had this like bag of like Sour Patch that I got from Walmart. I was just swinging it around my house, and I think that video was almost like 100K, maybe like over that, and that was just one of my first videos. And I didn't look at any way that anyone was editing it. I was like, okay, I filmed this video. I know the type of videos that people do on YouTube. I want to see what I could do with this video, if that makes sense. So it was so bad. Like, it was like my editing was so bad. Like, I looked at my old videos now. I just like privated like a few videos like 2 months ago or something. I was like, I was like, that one's a little cringy. I'm gonna make that one private. And I just made it my own. I feel like look at your own comedic timing. Like, it's like different like comedians, they have their own different styles. Different singers, they have their own different accents on different words that they do with different things. You just have to find the thing that makes you you. Like, everyone has their own mannerisms. Everyone has the way they talk, the way they do anything. If you're talking to a camera, it's the same type of thing. You don't need to change. You don't need to feel like, okay, this is YouTube Bryce, this is real life Bryce. Like, you get what you get. Like, if I'm stupid in both, like, I'm stupid in both sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, you have to stay consistent and true to yourself, and then everything else will kind of fall in place.
So then, bringing it back to your point, what makes Bryce Xavier Bryce Xavier?
If we're being honest, I don't know. I edit.
To be honest, that's a great answer.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I'm just me. Like, when I film my videos, I'll set my camera up, get my ring light ready, know what I'm going to talk about. Like, last night, I filmed a Q&A video based off of questions people asked me on Instagram. Whatever response I gave to them in the moment, I directed it straight to the camera. There was no thought about it. There was no script. There was no anything. It was just an organic conversation. My edits, when I make stupid, crazy faces, I'll zoom into it. If I'm, like, dancing or whatever, I'll add some trap music behind it, shake the camera a bit. Like, every single video that I start, it's the intro that I do from the video that I'm filming. Static goes, and then it's me editing, looking very bad, in bed. I'm always editing with a hoodie and glasses on. And I'm just like, yo, what's up, guys? This is the video. This is what you get. Sorry, I look bad right now. That's it. And then it goes into the video, and it's just whatever I'm doing. Like, I don't plan my videos. Like, if I'm like, okay, I'm going to film that day, just turn the record button on, and whatever happens, happens. If I'm vlogging on set or anything, then, like, I'll chop up the best parts later. But it's just, I want to get the most organic content that I can, because it's like you're there, you're bringing the followers with you.
Yeah.
It's like you're along on the ride. Like, you're on set with me right now. You are in my bedroom with my ring light. Okay, that's a little weird. Like, don't be in my bedroom. But, like,
With a ring light.
in spirit, you're in my bedroom with a ring light on, and we're talking about something random, and it's just a dope conversation.
It really is. And I think a lot of people, it's crazy thinking how Instagram initially just had 15-second video clips from, like, back in the day. Now they've extended it to a minute, and now they've had IGTV, which is, like, what, a 15-minute limit right now? Yeah, so,
and then
like,
if you're verified, 60 minutes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we have up to an hour.
I need the verify thing, man.
You said,
I could just put all the content on IGTV.
yeah, but I think they're moving it soon, hopefully. But
Yeah.
I have not used 60 minutes.
Oh, no.
I don't even know what I do for
see,
60 minutes.
Because the thing is that, well, I mean, a lot of these interviews, we're at 47 minutes right now.
Hey.
But, like, what trips me out is how I think Instagram and a lot of the social media platforms have really shortened a lot of people's attention spans, right? So we've had, like, 15-second videos, 10, so on and
Vine
so forth,
days,
right? Yeah,
6,
the Vine
7
days
seconds.
just made everything just, like, quick.
The end.
And what shocks me as a person is that I think a lot of people in real life want everything to be as short as how Instagram and all the social media platforms have made it, which in my case sucks because we're talking for 50 minutes and I'm not cutting anything, you know what I mean? And I guess what I'm trying to get at is, like, how do you know when, like, it's enough time for you to just, I guess, just, like, cut everything off in terms of, like, a video? Like, like, I've spoken just enough. I've done everything that I could, and I've maximized my time. I've done all the edits that I could, and this is literally just what's going to get put out to the world.
Yeah, like, filming the video, and, like I told you, I don't plan anything, so I'm not like, okay, I'm going to, like, do this many questions or this. I just, like, read it, and then when I'm like, all right, I think I, like, I don't know. I just feel like I have, like, some timer, like, ticking up in there that just, like, goes off, and then I just know I'll just go straight into, like, an outro. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't even think about it. Like, I won't even stop, and I'll be like, okay, what am I going to say? Like, I find myself doing it unconsciously, and I'm like, all right, I'm just going to go with it. Yeah, literally. I'm just like, all right, see you next week. Bye, guys.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, whatever in the moment. And then when I'm editing my video, like, I have so much fun editing. Like, I love editing. Like, everyone's like, I have to edit my video. It's going to take me, like, 6 hours. Like, no, like, I'll stay up till, like, 5 in the morning. Wow. Last night, I was up editing till, like, 4:45. I did an extra video because, like, I just couldn't sleep. So I was like, I'm editing this video. Whatever.
Damn, wow. Good for you, man.
And, like, it was so, like, I was finding myself literally laughing at how stupid I was. Like, some of the stuff that I was saying was so dumb. Like, but it was funny. Like, it was good. Yeah. And when I got to the end of the video, I was like, okay, I rewatch my video all the way through, see how everything flows after I'm done cutting it, and then I'll go back, see if there's anything to change, then I'll go back, watch it again. when I finally look through and I'm like, okay, this flow's good. I like it. It's formatted well. My outro's good. My intro's good. The little clicks in between are good. My zoom in, my like times are ready. The music I've added is like all together. I'm like, all right, I save it, upload it private, and then the next morning I'll put it out.
You know what really interests me about you is the fact that you can go through that entire process of just chopping, editing, and like having fun with it, but it's like a real life conversation that we have in person, right? You can't just chop and edit like the ums and the dead space in between like a real life conversation, and it fathoms me how you're able to do both. Yeah. Because me personally, I'm able to do both as well, but then I can't even wrap around in my head like how the fuck am I able to do that?
Yeah, like I keep the ums, I keep the O's. Like there was one I was thinking, I forgot what it was. It was a question with the Q&A last night, and they were all like, "What's a conspiracy theory that you'd make up?" And like I was literally stumped. Like I was literally saying and like I kept every in. I kept zooming into my face. I kept going and then I just kept zooming in. And then I think I said pineapples aren't real because I don't know where they come from. Like, I don't really
just whatever comes off the top
Literally,
of the head.
that's what came out. Like, I was like, pineapples aren't real because that's where they come from. And then, like, I just went with it and kept it. I was like, I said a dumb thing. We're going to keep it in. And, like, that's just, I feel like the more organic it is, the better because they're like... My followers know me. They see me on live. They see me in person on like shows or like on tour and things like that. They're like, you say and you say oh and you like just stare at a ceiling for like a long time. Yeah. Where's that at in those videos? They'll come for me. So I'm like, yo, they're just right there.
And I think it's the idea that like a lot of people are able to relate to having those dead blank moments.
Exactly.
So I remember talking to somebody just the other night because she wanted some coaching on like podcasting and whatnot. She was like, so, should I be editing out the ums and all? I'm like, no, people enjoy that because it's relatable.
Exactly.
It's what happens in real life. But when we get something like an Instagram in which people just want to make everything so like perfect, you'll find that the more perfect you try to make it, the less people are going to gravitate towards it.
And the less you it is. Like, I've looked back at stuff, like, earlier, like, I'll admit it, when I first started, like, I wouldn't want any of that. I was like, it needs to be perfect. It needs to be like this. Like, I see some of these other, like, videos after I, like, maybe got to, like, my 5 or 6 mark of YouTube videos out. Some people were, like, paying attention to it for, like, musically and things like that. I was like, these videos are so good. They're so funny. I need to change this. Then it got to a point where I was like, I edited a video, and it was me doing a whole video on conspiracy theories. I was like, this is not me. I was like, this is Shane Dawson and one of my friends, Zach Clayton. This is not me.
It's a Shane Dawson type video.
Exactly. So I didn't post the video. I was like, I am going to come up with a different idea, and I am not going to edit it this way. I'm not going to do his zoom-ins. I'm not going to do anything. And then from, like, there forward, I kind of found my own. I was like, I am not going to get anywhere if I'm just a Shane Dawson 2.0 because why do they need me when they can just go watch the better version?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be the best version of me, so why not just do that? Like, that makes the most sense.
There we go. I like you, man.
Thank you.
Like, because I talked to I actually talked to this singer. Her name is JC just last week, and we actually had the longest running podcast on this thing. I think it lasted for almost an hour and 40 minutes. Oh. And I couldn't help but think, I think she's around like 17 or 18 years old too. And I couldn't help but think, but like, wow, the younger generation, I'm 26. We don't give the younger generation the credit that they deserve because I feel like your generation is a lot more tech savvy than I got my parents still trying to figure out social media. I got people who are in their 30s still trying to like figure out social media. But then you guys living in this age have come to the conclusion on how things work and how to maximize it. And, maybe half of it is just an old person looking at you like, they're always on their phones, they're always on their iPads and all that. But I appreciate people like yourself because you're actually turning this into a business and something that you can potentially be using for the rest of your life.
Like, I'm glad that I started now, and, like, I got the hang of it and with guidance from, like, my mom and just kind of figuring out a lot of stuff on my own because it's putting me in the position now to do the thing that I didn't know I wanted to do. Like, music was always there, but I didn't realize how much it was, like, embedded in me and I actually wanted to till I started writing. And I was like, oh, my God, like, this isn't, like, as bad as I, like, thought it was going to come out being.
Yeah.
And I played stuff for my mom and things like that. And she was like, wow, this is really good. And I feel like if I didn't start off doing social media and figuring that out, it would have been a lot harder to get started. And now I'm in a position where I have, like, a built-in fan base to now just putting out my music after already having over 500,000 followers on Instagram and almost 100K on YouTube and, like, different places that now I know that if I put out music, people are going to listen, but listen for the right reason. And not just because I have followers, I'm putting out music, that even while I was still building that following, I was posting covers, I was posting different things of me writing.
It's not like something new.
Yeah, it wasn't like everyone, like, they were waiting. Like, I'd say since maybe I had 100K on Instagram. Jackie's calling me. Beautiful. In the girl group we were talking about.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And basically, like, they were waiting. Like, since I had, like, 100K, I was like, music's coming soon, guys. And they're like, you said that 2 years ago. And then finally putting it out, they're like, okay, we're ready for this. We're ready for more stuff. And then I'm just happy now that more stuff's coming out this summer, pushing out stuff. And I feel like I went the right route with it because it would have been a lot harder setting myself aside from every other artist that's just getting started doing pop alternative music and things like that, especially now that I'm just happy that I went the right direction.
So you build your YouTube subscription all the way up. You build your YouTube subscription up. You build your IG up. You build all your social media platforms up. I want you to put all of that aside right now.
Okay.
And so what makes right now the perfect time for Bryce Xavier to make music?
I have been in artist development for the past 2.5 years. I've been going over stage shows, been going over my writing, been going over my vocals, been going over how to use the voice that I didn't even know that I was able to do certain things with.
Yeah.
The next song that's coming out in 2 weeks, play for you when we're done.
Yeah.
I wrote that song like 8 months ago. I could not sing the chorus. I knew what I wanted to do with it, but I was like, I'm not at that point yet. And I talked to my mom about it. She was all like, you just got to keep practicing. And when the time's right, you're going to be able to kill it. And then now, last month, we recorded it. I was like, I didn't even think it was going to be like that. Like, it was totally different, a lot better. And I feel like now is the perfect time because I'm taking everything that I've learned the past 2.5 years, incorporating it with the stuff that I didn't even know that I could do. And I'm just ready to learn more, get better, go more. And I feel like now putting out music, each song that I'm doing is going to teach me more, make me a better singer, make me a better artist in general, and honestly a better person because I've changed who I am in the best way possible based off of me finding music because I was dealing with so much when I did go to school with having the issue of, oh, he's like the Musical.ly kid. He started doing social media and stuff like that. Why is he doing lip syncs to Justin Bieber's song at lunchtime? Like, what are you doing? And I was like really upset about it because I was like, yo, these were my friends like 2 weeks ago. Like, what are you doing? But finding music, it was kind of like my escape to, you can say what you want to say. I'm going to go in my room. I'm going to go write this banger. Then when it comes out, see ya.
Yeah.
And that's just been me being okay with people hating on me, people not believing in me, because at the end of the day, I'm never going to be the type of person that's like, you're going to get what you deserve, you're going to blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm going to do me. You could do you. If you don't like what I'm doing, that's fine. Like, you don't have to like my music. You don't have to like the content that I'm putting out, but
755K people will.
Just like throwing that out there. But like, I'm doing it for me. And I'm doing it for the people that I know support me. Yeah. And that's kind of like my escape. And that kind of made me the person that I am now, which is very different from who I was before. And I'm like thankful for that because a lot of people use the hate and get bitter with it. And that's something that I'm so glad never happened to me because I've seen that in friends. I've seen that in ex-friends. I've seen that in ex-girlfriends and different things like that. And that can hurt a person. Yeah. And I'm just really glad that I had the right people and the right mother to guide me in the right direction, to use music as a way to express myself in the right way, not in the wrong way against other people. And I feel like now is the perfect time to use all that I've learned, all that I'm going to learn, and put it out there for the world to hear and see.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was a beautiful answer, man.
It. Thank you.
I really mess with that answer. I'm not even mess. I love that answer.
Thank
man.
you.
I really love that. So when can we expect like a Bryce Xavier EP or a Bryce Xavier album then? Because now I genuinely want to listen to that.
Yeah,
based off your answer, man.
We'll talk about that soon, very soon. But
I love it.
a lot of singles are coming very soon. 2 more weeks, and you guys get one of my favorite songs I've ever written and done. But a lot of singles and stuff are coming, but y'all are gonna have to wait for that. But the project, I'm not gonna say nothing. But yo.
Yo, shout outs to mom. The media training is real. Shout outs to mom. Hey, but you know, I just had to ask that just because, right? That's like a mandatory question I have to ask. Otherwise, I'm gonna look like an idiot.
No, yeah, literally everyone. Literally the past 6 months, like just putting out covers. Like I dropped an Imagine cover by Ariana Grande. That got people like paying attention to me, like specifically as like a singer. Like it was always like, okay, Bryce does social media. We know Bryce sings. He's like a good singer. Like okay, but then people were like, yo, who's this brown boy? Mm-hmm. Who's this dude?
I feel like your where you're at in your career kind of reminds me of where. Have you ever heard of Joji?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
It kind of remind me of where Joji currently is. Mm-hmm. I mean, started off as Frank on YouTube, just doing the craziest shit, but always showed glimpses of him singing. And lo and behold, he's signed to one of my favorite labels ever, 88 Rising, and now he's performing on stage, I think later this August. And, I mean, whether you think there's like a cheat code on, well, he has a following, she has a following, now they're just going to start music, I think the way you went about things is, there literally is no cheat code for the way you went about things. You just seem like the type of person who is going to work hard at it, and once you figure out what is working for not only for you but also for your fans and your followers, you're just going to commit to that. The fact that you were working on your music career for the past 2.5 years, people literally start off yesterday and will put out their first song tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And not saying that that's a bad way to go about things, but to see how you're really honing in on your craft, and it's been something that you've loved to do for, it seems like forever, man. Like it makes me happy knowing that you're part of a generation where my younger cousins are looking at people like you. And you know, I have like no, seriously, and you have like a lot of like the younger people in my life looking up to people like yourself, and it makes me happy knowing that people like yourself are really leading the way for people like them.
Thank you. No, yeah, like that's the thing that I just always want to do, if it's with music, if it's with social media or anything. I just want to inspire other people. And like I always say this to my followers, I'm like, thank you for inspiring me to inspire you. Like, because of you guys' support and the fact that you guys engage with me every single day, care about the like random things that I'm doing, what type of cereal I ate in the morning. They're like, I know Bryce's favorite cereal's Frosted Flakes. I'm like, yo. And like when I do like my little Instagram posts and they get it all right, I'm like, yo. But yeah, it's just like just giving me the opportunity to have a voice and to put out music that actually means something and means something to me. And I'm putting out messages and personal experiences that I've gone through to relate to other people, and also just get out those feelings. Like I make music for myself and I make music for other people's selves, if that makes sense. Like for other people, for me to say the words that other people can't say themselves or put out themselves. And that's what I always want to do. That's what I will continue to do. And I will never conform. That's something that I will never do. I'm always...
Man, everybody, if you're listening to me, or if you're listening to this, or watching our faces, man, clap it up for Bryce Xavier, man. I mean, I'm sure everybody knows where to find you, but
Thank
for
you.
formality's sake, where can everybody
You
find
can
you?
follow me on all social medias at Bryce Xavier, BryceXavier. Yeah.
Yay! This is the lunch table, food for thought. I'm Nico Blitz, Bryce Xavier, and we are out, everybody.
And follow him everywhere.
Yay! Man, shout out to moms even coaching me too. And you can find me at NICO aka Blitz or also at the lunch table.
Everywhere. Yo, B-Fam, you're watching this. Follow him everywhere we post this video. Tag him.
Yay!